Welcome to a mod spotlight featuring animated chunks. This mod will make your chunks animated and pop into existence, as you can see. And just so you know, my FOV is on Quake Pro, just so you can see a lot more chunks, rather than having a lower FOV. This works in the Nether and in the End. This is also a client-side mod, which means we can use it in multiplayer worlds without the need for every other player needing it too. There is a way to change what the animations look like by going into the config of the mod. If we go to our .minecraft folder, then go to config, there will be a file there called chunkanimator-client. Open up that file in Notepad or anything else that can read it. If you're opening it up with Notepad, I tend to go to Format and uncheck word wrap. So the first option, how should chunks be animated? Right now it's set to 0, which 0 means chunks always appear from below. And here's an example on screen. 1 means chunks always appear from above. And here's an example. So this is chunks appearing from above. Oh, it's a little freaky. So 2 means chunks appear from below if they are lower than the horizon. It appears that everything that is above the horizon line right now will come from the sky, and water and like an ocean and that will come from below. So there you can see the difference right there. 3, chunks slide in from their respective cardinal direction relative to the player. So as you can see, comparative to me, they are coming from north, south, east, west. So if you don't like the downward or the upward motions, instead you can get it coming from the edge of the map. 4 means same as 3, but the cardinal direction of a chunk is determined slightly different. I see a slight difference, but other than that, it's relatively the same as the last one we just looked at. I am going to keep it on 0 for the remainder of this mod. Now the next config option. It allows us to have different animation moves when the chunks load in. Default is set to 6, which is sign. Now we have 10 different options we can choose from, and I'll go over each one by one. I'm gonna quickly set our chunks up to 32. This is linear. It is basically just a straight line of animation. There's no slow down, there's no slow in, nothing like that. It's just your simple straight line animation. This next one is quadratic. This one is generally slowed down throughout the entire animation. It has a hint of slowing down towards the end of the animation. This third one is cubic. So this one's like quadratic, but it slows down a lot more towards the end. This fourth one is quartic, so it's like cubic, but even slower now. This one is just like cubic, but it slows down even more. There's even almost a bit of a pause towards the end of the animation. This one is quintic, so this one is just like quartic, but it has even a slower dip at the end. It rushes in from the start and extremely slows down about halfway during the animation. Alright, 6 here, but it's number 5 is expo. This one is the most stern out of the 5 animations we just looked at. So right towards the end, it has an almost sliding effect towards the end of the animation. Alright, 6, this one is sign. This is what default is. This one just has a quick fall off at the end. Alright, number 7 is circle. This one has a huge drop off at the start, then gradually slows down. Sort of like the first 6 we talked about, but not as slow. Alright, number 8 is back. This one is a unique one since it has one singular bounce to it. This one might be a little hard to get used to, but if you like it, you like it. Alright, number 9 is bounce. You're in for a real treat on this one. This one is like letting a ball drop onto the ground and waiting for it to stop moving. Except it's all your chunk at all times. Alright, last but not least, this one bounces right off the bat. It eases out right after, but this one feels like it's the most chaotic out of them all. Now that's it for the different animations. Next is how long you would like your animation to last. So all these animations happen over the course of 1 second. If you want to change it to be different, we can now. So the mod author does it by milliseconds, which means these animations happen over 1000 milliseconds. If we want to change it to be half a second, we can type in 500 milliseconds. If you want to be a mad lad, we can change it to 5,000 milliseconds to make the animations happen over 5 seconds. So that was half a second of animation there. And this is 5 seconds worth of animation. So Elastic was one of our most craziest animations. This is what it looks like over the course of 5 seconds. It feels like it could be a bit better and less chaotic now, but it makes a little bit more sense now. Just makes me feel like I might barf. Alright, this one's bounce over the course of 5 seconds. I think I want to barf again. This one, it's... oh god. How do I even explain it? The singular bounce one is probably good, right? Oh my god. It's like a slow wave across the entire terrain. That's actually pretty cool. Alright. I'm sure circle will actually look good. You know what? I can live with that. That's not bad. Like a slow rise of the terrain. Okay, I recommend this one. So you're using circle, which is number 7. And the milliseconds would be 5,000 for this. And if we actually go exploring, it kind of almost looks like you're going around like a curve of a planet doing it like this. Especially if you're flying this quickly. Maybe with like an elytra or something like that. I recommend doing circle. This one is awesome. Alright, last config option is that we can disable chunks to animate around the player. So if you're scared of this mod making chunks crash land into your feet, you can disable it here. So this is what I mean if you're afraid of chunks crash landing into your feet. Even the grass acted a little weird there. If you want to disable it doing around your feet, if you want to disable it, you need to set it to true. So false means it will animate, and true means it won't animate. So here's what happens when I reload chunks. As you can see, around us didn't animate. It did it in like a sort of square around us. And that's it for this mod. Let me know what your favorite animation was in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please leave a like on the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. My analytics show me that 0.9% of my viewers are subscribed. So come join the 1% group. Thanks for watching.